where the food is real great and the music's first rate, where I'm glad that I ate Maestro Bistro. Where you hear old-time tunes and all kinds of croons, where they play and sip spoons, Maestro Bistro. Where your time is well spent, it will leave you content. We will never relent, Maestro Bistro. Public supper's the style, it will bring out a smile. Come and stay for a while, Maestro Bistro. Relax and eat slow, where you quietly dine and enjoy the show. Tap your foot while you chew, it's digestively good for you too. Where you hear all the notes and songs about folks, food and music evokes Maestro Bistro. Where the rhythm will vamp, whether dry, wet, or damp, it's at Maine Fiddle Camp, Maestro Bistro.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Maestro Bistro. This is lucky number 13 of our bistros. We've been going more than a year now, and it's just incredible. I am Neil Pearlman, one of your hosts for the evening, as always, and I'd like you to please make welcome your other host, the inimitable Doug Protzik. Hey Doug.
All right, Neil. Hey.
How's it going?
This is great. Another Maestro Bistro.
Yeah.
And we're really looking forward to it. We got a great lineup with Mia Friedman and Stephen Weiss, and lo and behold, Neil Pearlman. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
People have been asking about what we're going to do for the future here with Maine Fiddle Camp, and everybody's anxious, wondering if we're going to have a real camp this summer. So.
Yeah,
and also about what kind of virtual camp we're going to have in the future. So the word is we're going to do some sort of virtual camp in the traditional June weekend, 18th through 20th, Father's Day weekend, the first weekend of Maine Fiddle Camp historically.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it may be as extravagant as the last one, or it may be just kind of like a Maestro Bistro plus.
Plus, right.
But
extra workshops.
Keep the Maestro Bistro show going, though. At least until June, and we'll see then. But if we have a real camp this summer, it's going to be August 8th through 13th. So temporarily reserve that, but we're going to try to make a decision for sure by May as to whether we're going to do that or not. And then maybe in September we might try to do something, or maybe we'll just wait until 2022 and hopefully reopen it with a great big, just like we used to. So
yeah.
it's impossible to know the future yet on how this is going. So we'll keep doing the virtual fiddle camp stuff like Maestro Bistro until people don't want to do it anymore. And but meanwhile, we're having fun. It's really fun collaborating with you. Maybe we'll try a little bit of the super secret cyber symphonic synchronizer later, but
you never know.
You never know. You know what I've been excited about with Virtual Fiddle Camp, though, is all the virtual ensembles that our nests have produced. And so we've got one to show right now. It's just was completed by our video editor extraordinaire, Noah Fishman. and it's Eric Fabreau and the Fabulous Buffleheads.
Oh, amazing!
And so we're gonna play that right now for you. So everybody sit back here and enjoy this great virtual ensemble with Eric Fabreau, the Buffleheads, and special surprise guests in there as well. So here we go.
Hello, Bufflehead. If you are ready, I'm ready. Take your violin in your hand. Oh yes, sir. Watch out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, how about that?
That's amazing.
Unbelievable job. And there's some ringers in there too from the staff of Maine Fiddle Camp.
Yeah.
So, anyway, there's something else coming right up here that's worth mentioning. We love to collaborate with other organizations and with like-minded people. So I'm going to bring on Dave Reiner here. And Dave, good to see you, buddy.
Hey, it's great. Good to see you, Doug and Neil, and all my friends there at Maine Fiddle Camp.
Yeah, how nice. So you got a big weekend coming up next weekend.
I'll tell you, the excitement is palpable right here at Fiddle Hell Central. It's just 5 days to go. We have 35 concerts, 35 jams, 200 workshops. Just go to fiddlehell.org and check out the schedule and the staff. We have scholarships if you have financial need, by the way, so don't hang back for that. Can I tell folks a little bit about it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. So you may think, because it's Fiddle Hell, like Maine Fiddle Camp, it's just for fiddles. But I have to say, for you cello players out there, Natalie Haas, Mike Block, Joy Adams, Jordan Hamilton, McKinley James are there. They're teaching and performing. For you mandolin players, Sharon Gilchrist, Andy Statman, Baron Collins Hill, who you know, Shauna Eisenberg, pretty local to there. For you old-time banjo players, Riley Bogus, Kathy Fink, Brad Kolodner, Tom Collins. For you guitar players, we're really excited for the first time to have Reverend Robert Jones there, be teaching blues fingerstyle picking. He'll be doing some special programs on the Underground Railroad and Before the Blues. We have Keith Murphy on guitar, Marcy Markser, Rachel Eddy on multiple instruments, including guitar, Eric McDonald, who you know. And of course, for the fiddle players, and I know some people play multiple instruments, April Verch, Hanukkah Castle, bringing Scottish, Kevin Burke for Irish, Michael Doucet, if you happen to like Cajun, Lisa Ornstein and Andre Brunet, if you happen to like French Canadian, Quebecois, Erica Brown, Ben Hunter for old time, Belen Escobedo. So we've got Mexican, Latin, and electric. Jay Unger, Molly Mason, Ellen Carlson. So the list goes on. So there's a lot of wonderful people. I think this will probably be our biggest and best. At a certain point, we'll go back to face over time. But we've been able to get some people from all over the world, some historical sessions, technique, how to do music videos, a bunch of styles. And it should be just an amazing 4 days with free replays of everything for the next 3 months. So if there's something that conflicts, you can go to it later. If there's something you miss, you can go to it later. If you want to hear something slowed down to half speed without changing the pitch in a workshop, you can go to it later.
Yeah. Well, great. I know your Fiddle Hell offers an amazing program, a gigantic program, just like the real one. Your virtual one offers a tremendous amount. I'm really looking forward to it as well. So we'll see you at Fiddle Hell next weekend, Dave. Thanks for dropping by and letting us
know. Thank you. Fiddlehell.org.
All right. So, hey, let's bring Neil back in. All right, Neil. Pretty cool. Hey, I thought time though we get on with the show here. We got Mia coming right up. So
yeah.
Why don't we get going with Mia?
All right, I'll check in with you in a little bit.
All right, maybe we'll do some super cyber synchronizing.
All right, we'll find out soon. Well, I would like to, without further ado, get into our first musical guest of the evening. It's going to be an exciting evening, if I do say so myself, and I'm really excited to get Mia Friedman on the show. She hasn't been on yet on one of our virtual bistros, so this is very exciting. I think that maybe Mia and I started going to Maine Fiddle Camp around the same time, so I really have a lot of fond memories of music over the years with her, and really excited to hear what she's got. Hey, Mia.
Hi, Neil. I'm so happy to be here.
It's so exciting that you're here. Where are you joining us from?
So I'm joining you from Westfield, Massachusetts. So in Western Mass, kind of near Northampton area.
Nice. What have you been up to over there?
I've just been like home. My big news is that I had a baby in October. So that's kind of huge.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
That's a lot to be up to.
It's a lot to be up to, exactly. So it's been a wild year for me for many reasons. But yeah, he's awesome, and I'm dreaming of the day that I can take him to in-person Maine Fiddle Camp.
Oh, that'll be so great. Great. Have you been having the chance to make much music this year?
It's been a strange year kind of because of everything going on, and especially the baby. But I've been, really reaching into my children's repertoire already, even though he's only 5 months old, but digging out all those classics have been fun. And playing music on my own when I can. It's really fun to let my little guy play on his own while I play for him and kind of practice that way. It's been really nice.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And you're doing some teaching? You were telling me there's some fiddle camps coming up.
Yeah, I am. So there's going to be a really sweet and pretty small fiddle camp for kids at the Waldorf School out where I am in Hadley, Massachusetts. Called Hartsbrook Fiddle Camp at the Hartsbrook School, July 5th through 9th. So that week right after July 4th. And it will be outside with distance, and we're going to get to play together. And they have animals there. So last 2 summers ago when we did this, we had a lot of jams for the pigs and for the cows, and it was
nice.
Really special to play music for them. So we'll do that again this
that sounds great.
Yeah.
And also, I think you were telling me about something about a fiddle orchestra that you're involved with.
Yeah, so there's this great fiddle orchestra of Western Massachusetts that David Kaner started maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And it's also run by Annika Amstutz, who is a great local fiddle player out here. And I'm joining on to kind of co-lead it this summer with Annika, which is going to be really special. And it's going to be also in person outside in Northampton. And it's awesome. If you live out here, sign up because it's going to be really, really special. It's every Saturday. You can come as much or as little as you want, and it's going to be great.
It's amazing with the vaccines and the good weather. We may get to play some real music together outside.
I cannot wait. I really
nice.
can't wait. Yeah.
Well, I'm also, speaking of can't wait, I can't wait for what you've got in store for us today. So I'm gonna get off the screen and hand it over to you. Everyone, make welcome Mia Friedman.
Thank you, Neil. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's so good to be here. Teaching that workshop earlier today was so fun. It really made me miss Fiddle Camp even more than I already do. So happy to be here. I'm going to play you a bunch of songs, some on banjo, some on fiddle. And this first one is a great classic that I learned from a recording of Doc Watson and Bill Monroe called What Does the Deep Sea Say? And it's one I've been enjoying playing, so I wanted to play it for you. Here it is. Oh, where is my sailor boy? Where is my sailor boy? Oh, he sleeps at the bottom of the deep blue sea, and he can't come back to me. Oh, I stand on the beach alone and gaze at the misty blue. Oh, deep sea, as you hold him to your breast, does he mention my name to you? Oh, what does the deep sea say? What does the deep sea say? Oh, it moans and it groans and it splashes and it foams and it rolls on its weary way. Oh, please tell me, deep blue sea, is he sleeping peacefully? Oh, the winds from the north are blowing icy cold. Please keep him warm for me. Oh, what does the deep sea say? What does the deep sea say? Oh, it moans and it groans and it splashes and it foams and it rolls on its weary way. A beautiful rose one day. I placed it on the crest of a wave. Oh, I said, take it please, and let the petals fall upon his watery grave. All the driftwood I watched in vain. My rose never came back again. Oh, I said, take it please, send another message and I'll be here above. Oh, what does the deep sea say? What does the deep sea say? Oh, it moans and it groans and it splashes and it foams and it rolls on its weary way. Oh, it moans and it groans and it splashes and it foams and it rolls on its weary way. All right, thank you for listening. That is one of my favorite songs to play on the banjo. I'm gonna go to fiddle now and play you one of my favorite old time tunes. This is a tune I very luckily got to play this week actually with some friends I haven't played with in over a year. We played outside and it was so fun to play. So I remembered how much I love this tune specifically and I wanted to play it tonight. It's called Jeff Sturgeon. It's a tune in cross-tuned A, so my fiddle's tuned A, E, A, E, and this is a tune from Kentucky. Jeff Sturgeon. So that is Jeff Sturgeon. And I'm going to go right into the next song here. This is one I'm going to play and sing, which is what my workshop earlier today was about. So all of you who are listening that were there, you can notice I'm doing a lot of the techniques we talked about today. This is one that I first heard from the singing, actually, of Maine Fiddle Camp's own Mia Bertelli, who's an incredible singer who's living right now in Belfast, Maine. This is called What Will We Do? And originally it was collected from Mary Delaney, who was a beautiful singer from Ireland, but who was living in England. And she recorded this song. It's kind of about falling on hard times, but keeping on going. What will we do if we have no money? Oh, true lovers, what will we do then? Only hop through the town for a hungry crown, and we'll yodel it over again. What will we do if I marry a tinker? Oh, true lovers, what will we do then? Only sell a tin can and walk on with the mean man, and we'll yodel it over again. What will we do if we marry a soldier? Oh, true lovers, what will we do then? Only handle his gun, and we'll fight for the fun, and we'll yodel it over again. Oh, what will we do if we have a young daughter? Oh, true lovers, what will we do then? Only take your hand and walk on with me then, and we'll yodel it over again, and we'll yodel it over again. Thank you. All right. We're gonna go back to the fiddle, back to the banjo here. And I'm gonna play a song that I wrote. And this one honestly was inspired by Maine Fiddle Camp. Maine Fiddle Camp has really been a staple of my life since I started going in 2007, I believe. Doing this live stream is making me almost taste the popcorn and brewer's yeast and butter and salt, and I'm gonna probably have to make that tonight because it's the best. It's the best. So here's a song. This is called "Come On Home," and it's about sitting around the fire, the campfire. You can picture the beautiful campfire at Maine Fiddle Camp, thinking of the one you love that, in the case of this song, is not with you at Maine Fiddle Camp, and you're wishing that they were. And I pair this tune, this song, with a English country dance tune called "Newcastle." So you'll hear me kind of diddle it with my voice and on the banjo. Okay, here we go. Come on home. There are stars, there is music, but where are you? I am calling you home tonight. I can see through the fog to what I have to do. I'll light the fire while it's burning bright. Come on home to me, darling, like a bird to its tree. You've been roaming this earth like some trick on me. Come on home. You're the grass on my feet, neath the summer's moonlight show. I am calling you home tonight. You're the light in the house that comforts me so. I'll light the fire while it's burning bright. Oh, come on home to me, darling, like a bird to its tree. You've been roaming this earth like some trick on me. Come on home. Oh, there are friends round the fire singing songs of old. Oh, I am calling you home tonight. I can see through the smoke, keeping out the cold. Come around the flames while they're burning bright. Come on home to me, darling, like a bird to its tree. You've been roaming this earth like some trick on me. You've been roaming this earth like some trick on me. Come on home. Awesome, thank you everybody. I've got one more quick fiddle tune song that I wanted to play. This is a child ballad. And I fell in love with this from a record I have of Jean Ritchie. It's just so beautiful and kind of, well, not, it's very cute and silly. It's about a woman who gets taken to the devil, to hell, and she is so strong and awesome, and she basically like kills all the devils and then is sent back to Earth, and it's all about how women are awesome and really badass and strong. So here we go. Thank you so much for listening, and it's been such an honor to be here. Huge thank you to Doug and Neil for doing this. All right, here is Little Devils, child ballad number 278. Oh, there's one in your family I have to have now. Sing high, rattle, and day-o. It's neither your son nor your daughter I crave. It's your old scolding wife, and it's her I must have. Sing high, rattle, and day. So he hops her up on his back. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And like a bold peddler when carrying his pack. Sing high, rattle, and day. As they drew near the high gates of hell. can't stay in hell, sing higher rattling day. Oh, it's 7 years going and 7 coming back. Oh, she called for the backer, she left in the crack, sing higher rattling day. Oh, women, they are so much better than men. Oh, when they go to hell, they get set back again, sing higher rattling day. Awesome, thank you all. That's all I've got. It's been so much fun.
Thanks so much. That was so awesome, Mia.
Thank
Great to see you. Great to hear you.
Thank you.
See you soon. Ah, so nice. What good music, good song, good fiddle, and good banjo. Great way to kick off the evening. But I think that, if I'm not mistaken, we've got a little something coming up here. I think Doug was saying something about a synchronizer. Let's check in with him. Hey, Doug, are you there?
Oh, thank you, Mia. That was really great. And but Neil, it's time for us to try out again our super secret cyber synchronizer here, and we're going to play the old Downey's classic, one of Don Messer's favorite, the old McNabb's hornpipe, and I've got it recorded here on the keyboard. So Neil and I are going to play along with the Phantom recorded keyboard for a little bit of technical wizardry. So I got it all queued up. So here we go with McNabb's hornpipe.
Yeah.
Oh, we did it. Okay, Neil. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to now present our next performer for tonight's Maestro Bistro, and that's the amazing and host of Maestro Bistro himself. So please make welcome Neil Pearlman.
Thanks, everybody. Wow. Well, how about that, Doug?
Hey, yeah, that was great. What a great sound. The synchronizer's working. I'm having a little lighting issue here right now, though. I can't seem to get it right. But anyway.
That's weird.
So that was fun. But hey, Neil, really looking forward to your set here. And I sat in a little bit on your workshop. That was really, really fun. But tell us a little bit what you've been up to with your music in your life these days.
Well, if you've been watching the Maestro Bistros, you'll have seen me most of the year. This is one of the things I've been doing all year, is working on these every month. But there have been a lot of other things going on, I suppose. I'm trying to keep busy with music and running some online sessions and teaching at some different camps and whatever. It has been a chance to write a lot of new music. So I've been recently trying to collect some of the music that I wrote this past year and start to put together some stuff from it. So I'm hoping to play a couple of those tunes for you tonight.
Wow, great. So staying active with it, and I tell you, you've been a very important part of virtual Maine Fiddle Camp as well as Fiddle Camp in general. As a matter of fact, would you just give me a brief history of your experience where you first experienced Fiddle Camp, and because I know you started off as just a son of Ed Pearlman coming to camp because he was on staff. So
That's right. I think that I first came to camp the very first year there was an August week too, because that was the first year that Dad taught there, and the whole family came along, and just couldn't believe what we'd found. So couldn't stay away. And a couple years later, I think I started helping out teaching the piano. I think Bob McQuillan had been teaching, and I stepped in to help out a bit, and ended up eventually taking over doing some of the teaching that he was doing, and that was a real honor to do. And it's been one of the most important weeks of my year every year since then.
Yeah, along with your brother Jesse too. He was a really young fellow when he first was at camp, and he made quite an impression. And
That's right.
I'm sure that the fiddle campers watching out there remember some of the fantastic extravaganzas that you would put together with the campers and with staff people. You just created these amazing productions for the camper concerts or for the variety show, and so you really had a great sense of putting that all together. So that's one of my great memories of what you've done at camp, and looking forward to you're doing a lot more of that in the future. But maybe let's do right on with the show here. What do you say?
All right, I'll get to it.
Okay, good enough. Take it away, Neil.
All right, thanks, Doug. So I've been, as I mentioned, I've been writing some new music, and I've been playing a lot of banjo this year. I've been enjoying getting into it. So I know people would expect me to play piano, and I've got this here. I'm gonna do it, but I thought I'd first play a couple of jigs I wrote this past year. I've been working on, and they're dedicated to. I gave them to two friends of mine in the Boston fiddle community down there, the Boston Scottish fiddle community. Friend of mine, Catherine McPhail, and her daughter Maggie, who I've taught piano for years and years. So this is the House Maven and Maggie McPhail's. Here we go. Check about that sound. Seems to be okay. The banjo overwhelms the mic sometimes, you know. So here we go. thank you for humoring me on the tenor banjo there. That's enough of that, I think. We'll get to the piano a little here. So, but still not quite the piano yet. I been enjoying also, in addition to writing new music, I've been delving into kind of exploring some of the old traditional material, the Gaelic material that I always come back to and love. And so I'm gonna share sort of a interpretation of a beautiful old Gaelic song melody that I discovered in this book, The Songs of Gaelic Scotland. And I've also been really into the sound of the Rhodes electric piano. So this is going to be a melding of old and new with the old melody on a somewhat more modern sounding tonality here. I love that melody. It's really just the song is just basically a sort of a love song from a fisherman about his boat, just talking about how great his boat is to anyone who will listen. There's a verse that's just like, "You seagull up in the sky, can't you see how great my boat is?" He's just really just so proud of his boat. But I guess it's a lot of beauty there for the love between a fisherman and his boat. All right, I'm gonna finish off my little segment here. Kind of fun to get to actually play some music for you as part of this outside of the synchronizer, and kind of take a moment here. So thank you for that, for listening. I'm gonna play just a couple of Scottish tunes on the piano, kind of my version of traditional, playing traditional music on the piano, and I'm gonna play a pipe march style tune written by Aidan O'Rourke for his old fiddle teacher, forgetting whose name that is, but at least I know the lineage. And then I'm gonna finish with a jig that some people call the Rock and the Wee Pickle Toe. I also knew it as a melody to a nursery rhyme about an old woman tossed up in a blanket 17 times as high as the moon. From when I was a kid, my mom used to sing it to this melody, so I don't know. Lovely jig that I love. I think I'm just going to play those two tunes unless I get carried away. We'll see. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I think that's about it. Gonna get on with the show.
Hey, Neil! Fantastic! Wow, how
Thanks,
cool
man.
was that? Oh, it's sort of a little bit of a modern jazz. I know you love the old modern jazz. You kind of throw that in there a little bit stylistically. That's really fun.
Can't really help it, you know. Do love it.
Great sound. Oh, thank you so much. A real treat to have you perform more like that. And then I can't tell you how much fun it is to play along with you, Super Synchronizer. I want to do it again right away, but we've got to move on with the show. And now it's time to address the issue of the bistro part. We've had lots of maestro part. Now it's the bistro part. And maybe folks you can monitor what folks want to say about what they're having for dinner. But we've got a bistro guest.
Yeah,
and
may I just say, just before we do, I know we always forget to mention it. I just want to make sure we do mention to everybody that's watching that if you haven't been here for the afternoon for our workshops and everything, you should join the workshops next month. But we do run on donations for these things. So if you are inclined to donate and support the programming we're doing, you can do it at Maine Fiddle Camp's PayPal right there, or I think we can take a physical check if you look up the website, find the information there. So just wanted to fit that plug in, and
thank you. Thanks for doing that. It is an important part. We just suggested $10 donation for the Maestro Bistro show, and it's $25 suggested donation if you want to participate in the workshops beforehand for the Maestro Bistro Plus part. Either way, we love having you join in no matter what, and please spread the word too about Maestro Bistro. We might continue doing this if people feel it's relevant in the future, even if normalization occurs. So let us know what you think as well.
Yep.
But meanwhile, let's get on with the food part because we got some more music to do as well. So I'm going to bring on our guest here for Bistro part. So here he is, the one and only Frank Farrell.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good to see you. And people, Maine Fiddle Campers know you because of your fantastic fiddling and wonderful workshops that you've presented over the years and been a special surprise guest. But actually, you and your wonderful wife, Lisa, have been up to some food entrepreneurialism. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your business here?
Yeah. After we retired, we were looking for something to do, and we stumbled across this idea called honey tea. And based on the idea, you like to put honey in your tea. So we turn it around and we put the tea in the honey. So what we developed, some of you may have seen it, it's a little jar of honey. And we infuse that honey with all kinds of herbs. Now this particular one I'm holding up is chai. So all you do is put a teaspoon of this in hot water and it makes your tea. So all the stuff that you'd have in a chai tea or an herbal tea, we have 8 flavors, and we started out at the Common Ground Fair, which was hard because I wanted to run the booth, but I also wanted to go and play for the dance. And it was I had to wear 2 hats that year. But this will be if they do the Common Ground Fair live this year, it'll be our 7th year there, and we meet a lot of great people, and they take home a lot of our honey tea, and we make it right down in Brunswick. We have a little place in the old Fort Andros Mill where we make it, and it's sold in about 300 stores around New England, as far south as Florida and out to Iowa. We're on Amazon. We have our own website, and last year we got connected with the big time QVC online shopping channel.
Whoa!
Yeah, so that kind of almost put us under. They generate so much business you just can't imagine. But that's what kept us afloat all through the last pandemic year, with so many people doing mail order.
So their whole thing here is based on this concept. Now, but what's to keep like other companies from copying your approach? Are you afraid of that happening, or?
there are 2 or 3 other places that are doing something similar, but we have perfected a method of infusing the organic certified herbs so that it's a very smooth mixture. And it's always good to be first among many. So we're original, and there are a few other companies doing it, but not the same as we are. And we get a lot. We're called a category disruptor in the food category. Last year, we won a big award for it, a national tea award. So, people are looking at it and saying, "Oh, this is kind of interesting."
Nice. What are some of the other herbs and flavorings that you put in?
So we got the chai, and then we have one called Being Better, which is good if you have a rough throat or you're coughing a little bit or just feeling under the weather, and it has echinacea in it, and ginger and lemon balm and a little bit of cayenne to warm up your throat. We have a turmeric-based one called New Sunrise, and that's the one we won the national award for. There were 3 finalists in the tea category for the National Specialty Food Association Sophie Awards. And the first place went to Republic of Tea. We took second place, and third place went to Tivana, which is Starbucks. So we feel pretty good about that. So that's a turmeric. We have one called Blue Moon, and that has blueberry and lavender in it. We have mint. We have a Mexican spice. We have there's 16 flavors altogether. So, and some of them are cocos, some of them are teas.
Isn't there one that you use chaga? Chaga, is it?
We do. It's called coco chaga, and it has chaga in it along with cocoa, cacao, Maine sea salt, and that's about it. Along with our all natural honey, and that's very popular.
What's that? That's sort of a health promoting.
Chaga is one of those things, and of course we can't make any medical claims, but the evidence out there, if you type in the word chaga, CHAGA, you'll find hundreds of sites talking about it. It was very popular in Russia in northern colder climates where birch trees grow, and that's chaga is a growth, fungal growth on birch trees, and they use it for cancer cure. They use it for skin creams. They use it for Crohn's disease. I mean, it's one of these things. The University of Maine is doing a study, and their scientists up at the food science department said it has more antioxidants in it than anything they've ever seen. So
Wow.
we put, and it's hard to get, and it's expensive when you buy it. Our son is an arborist. He harvests. We have different people who harvest for us, but you have to get it down to a powder in a grinding mill, that sort of thing. But just a little bit in your cup of morning chaga tea really keeps you healthy.
Yeah, when I first heard about that, I investigated it and got some chaga myself, and I've been brewing it up. I think it's a wonderful ingredient, great concept. It tastes good, and that was probably a really good idea to include something so innovative that way in your tea. But
Yeah.
really, it ends up being kind of a convenience concept for
Right.
people. Just
Yeah.
make a quick cup of tea. Matter of fact, we have a little video to show with the hot weather coming up.
Yeah, that my
There
son.
might be a good use for that. So maybe we could roll a little bit of that promotional video that you've made up to make it convenient to have some very interesting iced teas this summer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Makes
That
me
is,
thirsty.
That's a mouth-watering video if there ever was one.
We had fun making that.
I'm dying for thirst right now. I can hardly wait to have a
Well,
drink of
we're
iced tea.
located. Our shop is right below the well-known Frontier Cafe in the old mill, and so they just let us come up and use their cafe counter to do that. And it was really a lot of fun.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I
love the Frontier Cafe and Cinema. I've played music there over the years and done silent movies. It's a wonderful, and so is that mill, that old mill building that you're using for your little factory. I love seeing those old millings being supported with new industry like yours. So
we've been there for going on 4 years in that location, and it's really great. There's a lot of history there, and there's a lot of diverse business. Everything from the Nature Conservancy to a sculptor who does welding, and cabinet makers, and the antique mall. And it's just a great place to go and be. And our back door looks right out over the waterfall. So we feel like we're doing something good. We're having fun with it, and we hope we can just keep going with it for a while. And people, I don't know how many people watch from away. We say away outside of the state, but we do a pretty robust mail order business, and you can go to our website. I think he put it up there, but it's just the name of the company, which is Zen Bear Honey Tea, and there we go, and .com, and you can order from us and try it out. And we have a little sample box that you can buy that has all 8 flavors of tea or all 8 flavors of cocoa, and they're in smaller sample jars, sort of a gift box, and you can pick your favorite and reorder.
Well, great, Frank. So thanks for joining us here for a little bit of our food segment. But I want to make sure that everybody also knows that you're going to be participating in our very next Maestro Bistro Plus this May 15th. So Frank Farrell will be running a workshop and performing for our next Maestro Bistro as well. So we really look forward to that.
Yeah, and I've got some new tunes to try out on people too.
That's right.
Got the vaccination hornpipe.
Oh,
yeah. So a little timely issue there, and a few new jigs. So we'll run those around the block.
Very good. All right, Frank. Well, thanks a lot for showing up and telling us about Zen Bear Honey Tea, and we'll look forward to trying some of that. And meanwhile, it's on with the show. So we'll see you later,
Thanks
buddy.
a lot.
You bet. All right. So what do you say, Neil?
All right.
Yeah.
Nice to see Frank, and I can't wait to hear I can't wait to hear some tunes from Frank next month. It's going to be really great.
That's right. And hopefully we're going to have some other guests as well. So that's May 15th for our next Maestro Bistro. And so now we've got our final act, though, to come on now. So I think it's time to bring on Stephen Weiss, our old buddy Stephen Weiss. There he is. Hey. Hi, Stephen.
Over there.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm okay.
I
realize it's been about 14, 15 months since I've had house guests in this house.
Yeah.
So welcome. Welcome. Have a seat, have some tea. I've got some chaga here.
Oh, I know. Hey, what do you think of the chaga? You think that it's...
There's a lot of research. I mean, there's a ton of research.
Yeah, really? Yeah,
some of
because
the
you're
best
also...
chaga I've ever had. I got corrected by John Goller not long ago, his teacher, Ray Reitz, he said, well, that's okay for Europe, but in North America, it's called tinder fungus, because the tribe used it as tinder to hold the spark to carry the fires from camp to camp.
Oh, probably along with the birch bark. It grows on birch trees, right?
Yes.
So you got the birch bark as kindling, and then you got the fungus to hold the fire.
Kind of interesting, eh?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so actually you could collect it here in Maine. It grows in Maine, apparently, as well. So some
of my favorite chaga, Maisie and Eric got in Montville.
Yeah, right in Montville. How about that? Where Maine Fiddle Camp has been.
Yeah.
How about that? So, Stephen, I was wondering, when did you first start teaching at Maine Fiddle Camp? Would you say how long ago was that when we added harmonica to list of instruments?
I think if we'd done last summer, it would have been 12 years.
Wow.
So.
And now, people probably don't know, but, we go way back. My memory of you initially is when you would show up at the Bodenham dances, 30-some years ago and sit in and play harmonica. And so that's my first early remembrance of you. But you were hanging along with a lot of the musicians back then up in Maine. What were you doing in Maine, and how did you get involved with the dances and the music and stuff?
Well, I moved to Maine I was born in Pennsylvania, to Washington County, lived in Pembroke, and went to the graduate school. Did graduates before I went to medical school. I at the Biddeford Osteopathic College, I went to graduate school at Orono in entomology and zoology and insect ecology, and lived in Pembroke. So I first met all of the Maine country dance, not all of them, but somewhere we had a blueberry festival. It was the first blueberry festival, and I was on the board, and I'd heard about the dances, and somebody said, well, you should write to John Goller. And I wrote to Johnny and Ellen, and they showed up with a caravan of people, and we did a dance at the Liberty Hall in East Machias, or is it in Machias? I can't remember. And a whole weekend, and then I just connected with everybody. I'd been playing more old-timey Southern and Midwestern fiddle tunes on the harmonica up to that point, and then all of a sudden it was, New England dance tunes.
Yes, because I remember you had a special connection with John and Ellen Goller as well, and so that was kind of your initiation to our whole music scene.
Yeah.
But what got you into music before then, while you were a graduate student and going to medical school in Biddeford and stuff?
Beg pardon?
What got you into playing music? Before you ran into the Gollers and. Yeah.
When I was 4, my father and my grandfather both played harmonica, and so I grew up in a household but it was my father was playing swing tunes and Stephen Foster, that old sort of white swing music. It's a tongue block percussion style, and then I think I was probably 12 or 13 when I was in my first band, and we all wanted to play like John Mayall and Mick Jagger, and then I was in college and I first got introduced to playing fiddle tunes on the harmonica, it's a whole different technology, a whole different position. We talked about in my workshop. It's a whole way of playing the harmonica that it was never intended to be played on. And then from fiddle tunes, I always felt like a sort of uncomfortable visitor to the blues at that point. One guy told me we got the wrong skin color to be playing the blues. And when I found fiddle tunes, I just sunk my teeth into them, and from there into dog music and some bluegrass stuff, into jazz, and then now I really like playing the blues, but I like all of its permutations, all of its non-traditional kind of wanderings.
Absolutely cool. That's really interesting to hear your background. Well, you've been a great leader for the Mighty Puffins at Maine Fiddle Camp, the great and mighty Puffins, the harmonicas at Maine Fiddle Camp. So without any further ado, how about some music here from Stephen Weiss, everybody?
It'd be my pleasure. One of my patients brought her daughter in, who had a T-shirt that said, "The puffin is my spirit animal." So. Thank you. I was thinking of Mia, nights at the dining hall. Popcorn and harmonica reeds are death. They do not combine. They're not sustainable. So if I have this memory of watching everybody else around me eat popcorn. It's kind of like swallowing. Fiddle players don't have to stop to swallow, whereas harmonica players do. Anyway, a couple of 3 jigs, slip jigs. First one is one I wrote myself that actually came out of a dream that I had. I call Outside My Window. Weird dream where either bears or trolls are dancing, and that was the tune. I actually woke up in the morning with that tune. Second is just a little taste of Kid on the Mountain, and the third is a harp tune, O'Carolyn's O'Farrell's Welcome to Limerick. Rather than playing tunes that were played on the harmonica for other instruments, I've got a fascination for tunes that were written for the harmonica, played by harmonica players, and are taking advantage of some of the unique technologies of the harp. One guy that's been sort of an interesting cutting edge in the traditional and old-timey and Celtic worlds is a guy called Joel Bernstein. The wonderful album he did with Ruthie Dornfeld and Keith Murphy called Ways of the World. So he took the Southern fiddle tune, or the old fiddle tune, called Booth Shot Lincoln, and he turned it into his own sort of harmonica dream called Booth Killed Lincoln. Joel Bernstein's Booth Killed Lincoln. And then is another harmonica player. In my workshop, I talked about the harmonica journey and morphed into a completely different instrument in the South. If you are a student of traditional harmonica music, blues music, Southern music, country music, the name DeFord Bailey might pop up. One of the great tragic lost heroes of traditional music. African-American man, first African-American to be on the Grand Ole Opry, first one to be actually introduced when the name Grand Ole Opry was turned out. He was trashed in a licensing dispute between ASCAP and BMI in 1941 and fired, unable to perform. He went to Shining Shoes. He is kind of the foundation, bedrock of most of the great Southern harmonica players. I met a guy in Eastport when I first moved there in 1976 that they used to play some of his songs to dance, to do square dances at his local church. So Anyway, his music made the gap between the race records of the day and the white hillbilly and got sold. He was the first one to actually be popular across the board. This is something called Upcountry Blues, just to give you a sense of what he was about. G. Ford Bailey. All right. Did you want me to play the flute later or now, or how are we doing that, gentlemen?
Yeah, we'll have you back on in a minute. But
Okay.
thank you so much, Stephen. That is so great to have you. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
See you in a few minutes.
I'll be here.
All right. Hey,
Yeah,
Doug.
that was very nice, Stephen. You know, we're going to try a new part of Maestro Bistro that represents what we like to do at Maine Fiddle Camp, which is to have a lullaby at night. So we're going to bring back Stephen in a minute to send us off with a lullaby, and maybe there'll be some campers or some staff people that would want to join us in future Maestro Bistros to just provide a lullaby to take us out. So keep that in mind, everybody. I know there's a lot of people at Maine Fiddle Camp that love doing lullabies. So what we got time for? What do you say, Ned? Do we have time for maybe a sing along? We've tried that before.
I think we do. Yeah.
I think we've got time for a sing along. So we've got one queued right up here, and Neil's going to be showing the words. So I'll play it through once, and then we'll sing it a couple times here. So here's another innovation here, the old sing along with Maestro Bistro, and see if you recognize this tune, a timely tune indeed. Showers, so everybody sing along now. Follow the bouncing ball. Though April showers may come your way, they bring the flowers that bloom in May. So if it's raining, have no regrets, because it isn't raining rain. It's raining violets, and if you see clouds upon the hill, there soon will be crowds of daffodils. come along. All right, a little sing along here at Maestro Bistro. So, all right, we had some fun with that. I hope everybody joined in, and we'll do some more sing alongs in the future. Meanwhile, I think it's about time to have the lullaby and say goodbye, but maybe a little bit more about what this is all about here, Neil.
Yeah, well, so if you happen to have been watching this for the first time, or you didn't know that we have workshops in the afternoon beforehand, we have been doing workshops with the performers of each evening's show, and so next month we're going to be having another Maestro Bistro on, I think it was May 15th.
May 15th.
And you can
usually
find
the third Saturday of every month, but this time we moved it up a week because next week is Fiddle Hell, and we didn't want to conflict with that.
That's right. So on May 15th, there'll be another one. Frank Farrell's going to be involved, and the rest of the lineup will be announced soon. But you can keep an eye on the website at mainefiddlecamp.org for that, and you can sign up and see the workshop, take some workshops as well as seeing the show. And we are entirely funded on donations for these Maestro Bistros, so if you are enjoying and would like to support what's going on, you can do it right here at the PayPal, or you can look up the website, back at the website, how to mail a check as well. But yeah, that's it for tonight's show, and thanks so much for being here with us. It was a really fun time.
That's great, Neil. Always fun doing this show with you. We're going to have to do it some more, so yeah. We'll create some more falderall and some more fun out of all this. And special thanks to the musicians as well. Mia Friedman, she did a great job.
Yeah.
And you did a great job.
Thank you.
And now we're going to bring back Stephen for the final lullaby. And so we're going to say goodbye to everybody. And after the show, we'll meet you briefly back in the main tent, in the Zoom room at the main tent. So we'll see you folks then. So
okay,
take us away, Stephen.
So my happiest memories are playing the native flute at the end of the variety show, or waking up in the ball field playing with the early hours. This is a native flute. The tune I'm playing, the wind prayer I'm playing, isn't native. It showed up in my head a couple months ago. It's a tune I know I've played. If you know it, let me know, please. I would like to know the name of it. The tradition is that we remove the heart from the branch of the tree, and we fill it with our own hearts when we play, and we offer our wind prayers to you. We offer our heart. So may you be safe and well, and have good dreams, and somewhere up the road real soon we'll cross paths in person. Good night, everybody. Thanks for having me. Thanks for coming to visit.